All right, back over to meteorologist Matt Wintz. We had some strong thunderstorms rolling through. Lots of lightning, too. What do we have in store?
Yeah, Lena, these storms producing lots of lightning. We had some hail earlier. Hail not really the threat here this evening, but these are good old-fashioned thunderstorms, and we really haven't seen a lot of these over the course of the summer so far, so it may be a little bit surprising or perhaps you missed it, but we've certainly had some rough weather across portions of the viewing area. In terms of storm damage reports, we've had some trees down and some personal property that's been moved around in Ashtabula earlier this afternoon. Some trees down in areas of Geauga County as well, and reports coming out of North Olmsted of a lightning strike that caused a house fire. So those are the three big ones that I'm looking at right now, but we continue to watch these storms as they roll off to the east. So here's the big picture right now. Areas in yellow, you're under severe thunderstorm watch, but I would imagine the Weather Service is going to start to trim that back here shortly. Areas in orange, those are your severe thunderstorm warnings, which mean the storm is either on you or moving in. You notice they've trimmed it back from Cuyahoga Summit County, but Portage County and areas of Trumbull County about to get some of the bigger storms in the viewing area right now. So here we go. We had a decent line that formed out over the lake, rolled through our lakeshore counties as predicted. That continues to head out towards the PA line. But here's really the big picture that I'm going to give you. If you are not in that circled area, you are severe weather clear this evening. It's really just that circled area in the southeastern half of the viewing area that we're going to continue to watch here over the next hour before this really starts to wind down. Southern Ashtabula County, you're getting out of the rain now. Just some light to moderate rain for you from here on out. But the bulk of this storm now heading into Parkman, areas of eastern and southeastern Geauga County and northern areas of Trumbull County. About to get a lot of lightning, some heavy rain. I've seen pockets of strong winds with us as well as it was back towards Hudson. You can see Shalersville, Kent, Ravenna heading over towards Newton Falls, about to get some heavy rain and lightning. We've cleared out nicely. Medina, Brunswick, you had some gusty winds earlier. All that's starting to clear out. You notice we lack activity down towards the south. I was looking at some soundings up into the atmosphere, and it shows an area of warm air aloft. So that is something thunderstorms don't like. So I don't anticipate a lot of development, if any, down towards the south. May not even get a drop of rain out of this in the Canton area. Boy, that is summertime thunderstorms here in northeast Ohio. It's just the way it goes. The big picture looks like this. So you can see we still have a little bit of activity back towards the west, perhaps some more showers here this evening before this all clears out. But this is along a frontal boundary that'll bring in less humid air as we go into the daytime on Monday. But highs today, officially 94 was the hot spot in Canton. Numerous 93s and 92s out there. None of this record territory, but you put that heat together with the thick humidity, and that's really what caused problems. You can see areas that haven't seen the rain yet. We're still at 92 Canton. Compare that to 74 in Elyria and 76 downtown. You factor in the humidity, we're still feeling like close to 100 for those areas that have not seen the rain, and it's because of this number. The dew point is tropical as we get up into the 70s. There's your dew point relief, though, off towards the north. It's still going to be humid tomorrow, but it will be a little bit better than today. Your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast clears this out. Lingering clouds, perhaps some fog tomorrow morning, but by afternoon and midday, we're dealing with mostly sunny skies, some high clouds down to the south. Temperatures will be on the cooler side. We'll be in the mid and upper 80s. How about that? But then Tuesday, we turn that wind out of the south. We'll bring that humidity back for the middle half of the week. And yeah, that comes with more thunderstorm chances as we go into your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Your Universal Windows Direct 7-day forecast showing that. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 88. I've got us in the upper 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Best chance of rain this week looks to be on Wednesday. And then for the weekend, it looks like we heat right back up into the 90s once again with some isolated storms around next weekend. So hopefully we don't have a lot of damage reports. These were just good old thunderstorms, Lena, and we're going to keep it that way the rest of the evening.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Matt.